Hey everyone, today we are going to talk about the reasons why you fail in dating with women. But before we start, I would like to clarify one point. When I say fail, I mean that you want to date, but for some reason you cannot. So if you're ready, let's begin. There are basically two groups of reasons. The first group is the external reasons, and the second group is the internal reasons. When I say external reasons, which affect your dating with women, I mean it's about the environment or the situation that you are in. What does this mean? Maybe because of the social structure of the family that you're in, or maybe because of the traditions, because of the religious factors, or because of the place that you live in. You might find it very, very difficult to date with women. Maybe it is not favored to have any kind of relationship between man and woman other than marriage. And maybe it's the society that you live in where the parents are arranging the marriages for the young ones and don't let them see each other before the marriage. It's possible. Or this situation that you are in is limiting you because of the high amount of competition. What do I mean? Maybe you're in a board school full of boys, or maybe you're working in an offshore rig, or maybe you're in a prison, maybe you serve in the military, so that 24 hours a day and 7 days a week you're with men, and whenever you have a small chance of meeting women, you have to compete with hundreds of men, So it would be, of course, very, very difficult for you to compete with the rest of the horde. The external, let's say, factors are not because of you, are not originating from you. What about the internal ones? When I say internal, I say it's about you, and it's about how attractive you are. Think of the attraction in 4 concepts. The first one is the physical attraction. The second one, it's the attraction related with your resources. The third one, it's the attraction related with your social skills. And the last one, it's related with your mindset. Let's begin with the physical factors related with your attraction. What do I mean? I mean, the physical factors are the ones that we are able to observe, we are able to sense about you. What are they? It's basically about how you look from outside, how you are heard from outside, how you sound, how you smell and how you touch. That when I say how you look, I mean your body size, your ratio, let's say the shape of the body, your outfit, and also how you move, your body language. So these are observed optically from outside, right? And it's how you look. There is also the other group, like it's about how you sound. When I say how you sound, I'm talking of course about your voice tone and your intonation, and also, let's say, your pace of speech. You might have a, let's say, bass or baritonal tone, which is a lower tone, or you might have a very, very high-pitched voice. And it's also, of course, about your voice color, let's say, if it's smooth or not, and it affects the person, the woman especially in front of you. So let's go to the next one. And the next one is about the smell. Well, it is a bit genetical issue, but it is important to smell clean. It is important not exaggerating any kind of perfumes or deodorants, whatever you're using. It is important to have a nice breath, which is basically you should have a healthy mouth and a healthy stomach. Of course, not mentioning about these clean clothes. You must have clean clothes, so it's a part of your attraction. Another one is about your touch. What do I mean? Well, if you have an oily, dirty skin, which is rough, which is maybe so wet and cold, maybe you're not so nice to touch, right? Well, if you can, you should solve the problems so that you have rather warm and, if possible, smooth skin, which is not very, very oily, right? Another attraction group after the physical attraction, let me say, is about your resources. How resourceful you are dictate and affect a lot your attraction. What do I mean by resources? I mean basically four things. Well, the first one is time. If you don't have time to date, well, you will find it very, very difficult, because pre-date, date, and post-date activities, they all take time. The other resource, which is very important, is the cash. Well, I don't mean that you have to spend tons of money for dating, but eventually you'll have to spend some money. If you don't have the money, well, in this unfortunately material world, you will find it very, very difficult to date with women. I don't say impossible, I say difficult. Another resource which is very important is about your accommodation. If you're living in a bad neighborhood, it's a no-no. Maybe if you live in a good neighborhood, but your apartment shape, like the state, it's very bad smelling, it's looking dirty, etc., etc., it's a no-no. So it should be a good neighborhood, a good apartment. And well, maybe your neighbors are so noisy or they're creating security problems. Well, it's a no-no. And also, what if you're living with your family, or maybe you have some flatmates? Well, it can be a limiting factor for you as well. I don't mean that you must have your own house only for you, it should be very luxurious, etc., etc. No, I mean simply one thing. It will affect how you accommodate, will affect your dating. The last resource I want to mention today is about the transportation. As long as you can be where you want to be, when you want to be, that's perfect. I don't say that you must have a car to be able to date with a woman, but I say you must have good means of transportation that should not restrict you, that should not be an obstacle for you. So the resources are your time, your cash, your accommodation, and your transportation. And the other part regarding the attraction is your flirting skills. They are very important, and you must keep in mind that when it comes to flirting, if you're not fun, I mean if you're boring, no, it's very bad. Or if you're not able to lead, it can be the dialogue, it can be where you're going to do something, like if you're not decisive and if you're not leading the woman to the next level, well, it's not good for you, it's not very attractive trait. Another one, that you must be able to create some kind of romance in between you two, right? I don't mean that you should do all the work. I mean, you must get some signals, you must give some signals, you must keep her like wondering, does he like me? Or, oh, he likes me, but maybe he doesn't like me, this kind of questions, creating some, let's say, mystery in between you, but not in a psychopathic way, of course. I mean, don't try to manipulate the woman, but create nice romance in between you. So this kind of flirting is important, this romance is very important, and you must be able to do that. If you cannot do this, well, you're not very attractive, this means. And the last one related with this, that you must be sexy. Well, what is sexy? It is not so easy to answer. If you're self-confident, if you are willing, I mean, you're not dying to have sex, but if you are willing, and if you know how to create a physical attraction so that she wants you more and more, well, you're attractive. And if you're not experienced in this area, this means you're not very, very attractive, and it might limit you. So, what we covered, that you must be fun, you mustn't be boring at all, you must be leading, you must be romantic, and you must be sexy. The last part about your attraction is your mindset. When I say mindset, you can understand as your character as well, yeah. But what I mean, what do you think of yourself? How you treat yourself? What do you think of the woman in front of you and how you treat her? What is your opinion and what are your, let's say, ideas about dating? And what is your view of the world? These four can affect your dating. Because of them, you might be found very attractive or not at all. What do I mean? If you have a very low self-esteem, like if you're not thinking of yourself nicely, well, she will understand. She will feel like, okay, he doesn't like himself. Why would I like him? Your opinions about her is just, well, I just want to date her, because I want to date somebody, If she doesn't feel special, well, then why would you try to date her even, So it's important what you think of her. It's also important what is your idea about dating. Why are you dating? Well, you might like to have fun only. I don't judge. I don't mean that it's a bad thing. It can be a very good thing. As long as it fits to the woman that you want to date, that's okay. And it's also important, in some cases, your opinion of the world, about life in general. What do I mean by this is, maybe you have totally opposite, very, very opposite political views. Maybe one of you is very liberal, the other is very conservative. I don't know. It might affect the attraction, because in some level we want to be close to the people that have similar ideas of the world, yeah? If one of you is like, let's say, an atheist and the other is like ultra-Catholic, for example, well, you might find it difficult to date with this woman, because you won't be very, very fitting, and it will create some problems, of course, even before starting dating, yeah. So, your opinions about yourself, your opinions about herself, your opinions about dating, and your opinions about the world, the life you live in, they just make up your mindset. And well, these are important factors that might affect your attraction level. To sum up, there are the external reasons and there are the internal reasons that lead you failing in dating with women, right? External reasons are basically restricting you, blocking you, or making it very difficult for you to date with women because of the competition. The internal ones are basically about your attraction, and your attraction is divided into 4 parts to understand, like your physical attraction, your attraction regarding your resources, your social attraction, which I mean the flirting, and the 4th one, the last one, it's your mindset, and of course it creates an attraction or the opposite. In the next video I'm going to go more in detail in each of these reasons, one by one, in the next videos, let me say. And if you want to learn more about these, the details of these reasons, what are the real affecting parameters, and what we can do about these factors that affect our dating, I would like to see you on the next videos. If you want to add some more factors that might be affecting, you're welcome to comment below on the comment section. Until then, ciao.